Good day, good people. My name is FC on the beat, the best kept secret in the North. And welcome back to the channel. Just to let you know, it's getting warm in Cleveland. A fan is gonna be on. Don't be alarmed. We got a beat loaded up called Bow. I want to break down a couple elements in this record. Ain't nothing to talk about. Let's get into it. So let's start with this hook piece, right? And I'm gonna play this through so you can get the elements of it, and then we'll start breaking this thing down on how I got there, all right? All right, a couple things to notice in this, right? So we looking at the first hook of this record, which is coming off this intro. I'm gonna play this intro and show you how I got to this point. So
yeah, that's perfect, MC. Yeah, that's perfect, MC.
So it's a contrast there at play, right? It's a soul sample, right? So we got a soul sample, real subtle, and then it's leading into this big, high, energetic arc, right? So what I decided to do to get us to the point was to just mute a lot of the real big elements in the hook that if you look at this session, let me pull it to where you can see it. If you look at this session like here, right? If you look at this session here, everything is there except for strings, but in the beginning of it, put this in the middle, in the beginning of it, you see all of these things are muted out, right? And there's a reason for that. We got to create an arc, and this is what the arc feels like. So coming off of that soul piece, right, we got this.
Yeah, that's perfect, MC. Yeah,
Set
that's
the
perfect,
stage
MC.
for the move.
Yeah, that's perfect, MC.
Now everything's in.
Yeah, that's perfect, MC.
And that's just an arrangement feature, right? Consider how you walking into a record and giving the artist an idea of just a landscape that they can, you know what I'm saying, build on top of. Kind of a lost art. A lot of beats come in with just the beat now. And that works. But in constructing like a kind of an arc to a song, it's kind of counterproductive. But I'm just an old guy that still makes beats. All right, so let's get into a hook that is full, and then we'll break that one down, right? So just a full hook here. So this is what we have. We know what it feels like. This is what we started with. Chaos in the samples, right? We added bells to that. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm gonna use the second half of this, right? So we got the bells in, and I think these are just an octave lower. Just to feel space, right? We got strings in here, let's pull them in. It don't have to be a lot, but it all adds to what's going on here. Let's do it. Nice. And then what we bringing is this Vox pattern here. Uh-oh, my bad, y'all. Just the Vox pattern, right? Listen to it. Dissonance is important in music. That's a whole nother video. I already have the notes for it. We'll talk about it soon. Right, choir. see how that worked, right? Guitar work. I want to break this down for you to show you what's happening here. Stock flanger, stock Logic amp, right? You got to go find this. That's why it says the custom, but it's a British combo. It's 2x2 with a ribbon mic. It's emulating a Royer. Y'all can look that up on your own time to understand how important that differential is. But a Royer microphone is up there if you don't know. And that amp is just emulating putting a Royer microphone in front of an old school British guitar amp. And it gets something that sounds like this. And that's with a stock flanger on it just to add the width and the depth, right? That's how that works. It's not great playing either. I don't know how to play guitar, but that's what I came up with. 808s feel like this. And on this is a few things, right? So it's the freest clipper of all time, the initial clipper. If you don't have this, let me look at you in the face. If you don't have this, half of what you're doing is for no reason. It's free. It's one of the best, cleanest, and most transparent clippers on the market, and it's free. You should have it. Okay, just if you don't, I don't know what you're doing. So we got the clipper on there. We're side chaining this, right? If it'll ever pull up. So we're side chaining this with our kick drum, right? And I'll show you what that feels like in a second. And this is doing, I forget what it's doing, but we'll find out together. What are you on here? Oh, the Vortex. Yeah. So this is just adding. Let's do it before and after on the Vortex, right? So this is without the Vortex on. I like this plugin. I got it in a pack that I bought a little while ago, and this is with the Vortex on. Headphones, if you got them, please. So it's saturation in there. It's adding some depth in there that if you're just watching this on your phone, on your TV, you're not going to get. Throw some headphones in and you'll see exactly what it's doing. But what it's actually adding in the frequency range is a lot of that like 100K stuff that we would have to EQ in. But it's adding in a way that's not really harsh. And that's what you're really looking for in these kind of like real hectic, drivey records is the presence with the low end. And that's kind of the magic of this whole thing that people won't tell you they're doing. But that's what everybody is doing. They're adding like saturation and color, which is those frequencies that we don't hear in the bass, into a bass or an 808 like this, using something like this. It ain't gotta be this, but something close to this, right? To add those colors in there. And it's not even a lot if you see, right? It's not even a lot. We were on, where were we at? You're right about there. It's not even a lot. So that's what's doing it. And let's put everything in. Let's do melody and 808 so you can see where we are so far, right? So you see like where we're leading up to and where we're going with this whole process. Let's solo drums and see what we got going here. It's not really crazy, right? This is the best drum plugin of all. This is the best drum plugin of 2025. This is the best one. I can say that because I've been paid to use a lot of them. And they do well. They all do well, but they don't stick. And it's because of how they built this solid state. It's just SSL, man. Like, they emulate the hardware that they built so well. It's hard. It's so hard to beat it. And I don't even know of a desk that this sat on ever, right? I don't know that this was ever a thing because I went away from analog real early. But if this was a thing in the desk, it's probably the best-selling thing that they've done, right? Because it works so well. So before and after, let's look at it. Before and after. It's before, right? And this is what just the transient shaper adds to this simple drum pattern. This is what it is. It's a lot of weight, right? And another trick about this is do what the drums need to do, right? Have everything that needs to happen and nothing else. Because we got this crazy melody section. It's nuts up here. Everything up here is crazy. So we got to bring us back to earth, and the drums do that. It's real simple, straight locked in drums. It's real easy. You want to go through the patterns. It's nothing really to it. The one thing I did different in the template is and I got a delay on because I got all these plugins locked in, so it's some latency. But only thing is, I just pitched the normal kick that I use down 3 just to add something in. I think it was probably. Let's look at it while we sitting here. Yeah, to add something below 200. Because if I didn't pitch it down, that wouldn't be there. Other than that, it's stock everything else that I use. I got a flipper in here, right? That's doing trills and shit. I got that in there. That's not normal for me, but it fit. So
Yeah, that's perfect. That's it.
lift it all the way through. And if you notice, I wanna point this out. This is a very, very big deal in this record, but it's understated on purpose. This is a big deal in this record. That's a big deal, right? Now that I'm looking at it, let me show you how to fix these zero quotients a little better, right? So let's look at this. See how I was leading into something else? Just throw the fade on it. And it's a little cleaner. You know what I'm saying? So click on it. That's a big deal in this record, right? That's a big deal, but it's understated when you listen to the full record. Let's listen to it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's it.
Real simple. Let's open up the master chain because y'all love looking at the master chain. And I have actually a sponsored product in this chain that I've been really kind of like rocking with, and it's the Mix Boss. Believe it or not, it's as advertised, man. It really is. The one thing that I had to add to it just for taste was I had to put an EQ before it. It's a Pultec EQ built into this, right? But I put an EQ before it. I just like what I like. You know what I mean? So I Slate is just always going to work. They're never going to pay me to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's just that good. But I use the balance, and I always pull down here. I always pull on in the bass because they're overstating it, as they should. But I'm gonna bring it down in the context of the music I'm making, right? But this guy, I'm telling you, the only thing I don't like about this plugin is there is no hard limit at the top, right? So it's not that I don't like it. It's that you got to get used to not having a hard ceiling that you're running against. So you got to actually use the skills as a mix engineer to know when you're hitting that ceiling and use your ears as opposed to your eyes. But that's just an adjustment that I can make, that I urge everybody to be able to make, to where you can just hear when, all right, this is hitting too hard. You know what I'm saying? So I got to pull back on some settings, or I got to just mix this a little better so these low ends ain't clipping my sick, that type of thing. There is no visual cue for that, but I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it. And things come out sounding great. I do not use, let me point this out, I don't use the compressor. That's what Control is. It's a multi-band compressor that works in the back end and algorithmically changes the frequency range for you. I don't use it because I like to see what I'm doing. Not that it doesn't work well. I just like to do it myself because I'm old. I don't care. But this comes out with this depth, this enhanced knob thing right here. I didn't want to like it. I didn't want to like it because it's 3 parameters that are controlled by 1 macro. I don't like that traditionally, but they've done it as close to right as you can possibly do it. So you got depth, color, and wide. Depth is the stereo field, front to back. Color is saturation. Wide is the stereo width, right to left. And it kind of finds a balance automatically that I didn't think it would be able to predict. So now, would I use this on a full mix? No, because I don't know what it's doing. That's the only reason. I just don't know what it's hitting. And I want to make those decisions myself because I'm a dinosaur. I just want to make them decisions myself. But for beat stuff, for beats I'm sending out, or just refs, or I could see me using this on bus mixes and orchestral work. I can see that, like in this score I gotta do. I can see me using this on a string bus, right, or on an effects bus. I can see me doing that. On a full record, no, because I like the tools that I have, and I like the level of control it provides. That may be saying something about me mentally. I don't care. But yeah, I like to have those individual parameters of control. But Mixboss is something you can check out. It's dummy cheap. I'm talking about, like, it's $37. It's crazy. It works very well, right? So I've been trying it since they paid me to try it. And it's been holding up. It's been holding up. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's the master chain on this one. FGX is still in here because I didn't trust the new thing, but it's not armed. I just got it in there as a security blanket. It's my Linus, and I'm old. It's a Charlie Brown reference. But yeah. So this is how it came out. I like it. Real straightforward joint, man. So I like heavy Travis Scott type, mosh pit type stuff. But in catching up on my quota, it's just, if I can get some packs that aren't heavily used and that, like, some stuff I can kind of stand behind, I'm gonna use them, man, and add to them, and you know what I'm saying, put them out there for y'all to grab. So that's what this one was, man. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate your time. Thank you for rocking with me. Follow me everywhere. It's at FC on the beat at the bottom of the video. And if nobody else tells you today I love you, you're amazing, and you can do dope shit. See you in the next one.